The one thing I would say, and this is sometimes what annoys me with golf brands, it's up to brands how often they release new equipment. That's up to them. That's their prerogative, and nobody has to buy it. Again, we know that. Most products from year to year change such a small amount. However, what does annoy me, and it would annoy me very much if I was an actual paying customer, let's be honest, is that Ping last year brought out the G430 Max, LS Tech, and SF Tech, which you just alluded to. They've now gone with a 10K Max, a more forgiving version. If I was a hardcore Ping fan and I knew last year, whatever date it was, that the G430 was coming out, and I booked into my local pro shop to get a fit in, said, look, I'm a Ping fanatic, I've always loved Ping, I grew up loving Lee Westwood, blah, 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 I want the new driver.
And on that very quick one, and I know Ping don't release all the time.
Correct.
I know Ping only release every 2 years.
Correct. And I'm playing off 24, I don't hit the ball very well, and I want a forgiving driver. At the time, I would have got fitted, I'm sure, maybe for an SF Tech, but more than likely the Max driver. And I walk away with that, best part of 500 quid, very happy with it. A few months later, it's not that they've replaced it for a G4, whatever. They've gone with another one in that same family that is now more forgiving. And there's other brands who've done this before. Titus did it. They did it with the TS 2 and 3. They then brought out a TS 1 and a TS 4 later down the line.
We ended up making quite a controversial video about that,
We
actually.
did, and I think a lot of the time this comes down to two things. It comes down to maybe materials, things that we don't think of as customers, but maybe they can't get certain components in time from factories or whatever. And the other reason, the big reason that Ping have done it, let's be honest, is that they know they released their driver when they did, went down very well, great driver. But when Ping released their drivers, it's not around that review season, that other brand's release season. So they get all their sales for their driver. But then what can happen is coming to 2024, for a lot of people who are interested in Kerr, the G430 can now look old because it's last year. So all you do then is, which they have done, you drop a new one into the conversation, the 10K Max. That then gets you more sales, looks good for their brand. And it almost reignites the other part of the family from last year as well.
Do you think also, to some degree, why they've also priced it very expensive?
Yeah. I think it's 529 quid or something.
No, it's 599.
599. Wow.
I think they've brought that out as well as almost like, well, surely this driver's got to be better because it's more expensive than the others.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a good driver. But I think all of these drivers, and again, we've said this before, we'll say it again, they've got a lot of sex appeal, let's be honest. You look at them, they're shiny, they're new. They suddenly make the old ones look old. You see the best players in the world using them. You watch the reviews, and before you know it, if you're into golf, you want to buy it.
If you enjoyed that video clip, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the weekly full-length episodes every single Tuesday. You can also listen to it in the car on Apple, Spotify, and all of your favourite podcast platforms.